Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your live Champions League watch-along as Liverpool entertain PSG. Sorry for being a little bit late, but I've done it again. I haven't realised that the game is on Amazon Prime and not on the telly. So I've just spent the last 5 minutes trying to figure out where Liverpool is. Well, I know where it is on a map, but I couldn't find out where it was in a footballing sense. So yeah, I've just found it now. So I'm just trying to, well, I had found it. Oh, I tell you what, you know what, Amazon, you need to stop doing football. You're messing with me. You're messing with my head, mates. You're messing with my head. It ain't great. It ain't great. Okay. Let me do. I've got it now. Salah's walking out. That's the real quiz. Got it up on screen, which is brilliant. Apologies for that, everybody. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those bloody days, I'm telling you. Yeah, so Liverpool against PSG, 1-0 up. What a game it was last week. What a game that was last week. I mean, how did Liverpool win it? Well, they won it 1-0 because of Harvey Elliott and Alisson. Brilliant. Brilliant combination. And they now bring it back to Anfield, where I think it will be surely in Liverpool's hands. I said last week if they I wasn't picking my nose, I had an itch. If they bring it back, Anfield European nights should overwhelm PSG. Should overwhelm PSG. Doesn't mean that will necessarily happen. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. I've got some interesting filler conversations to bring in as well. Sort of like, some of them are quite good actually. I was writing them down today. Oh, shut up your face. Why won't you work? Tell you what, don't start on me tonight. Not you can. I meant that. Yeah, there is a Bayer Leverkusen game going on as well. Interesting. We are sponsored by Manscaped. I'll talk to you about that in a moment. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. 20% off. And free worldwide shipping with that too. But, oh, shut up. You're getting on my bloody, you're getting on my nerves now. Right, okay, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this bloody computer. So Alisson's in goal. Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah, Diaz and Jota. And then PSG, Donnarumma, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Mendes, Neves, Vitinha, Ruiz, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Barcola. It's a good team. It's a good team. It's a good team. I do need a shave, actually, which brings me on to my Manscaped promotion, where you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping by scanning the QR code or going through the link in the description. One of the things I will be using, and I better not do is it now, because I'll just end up with a bit of a patch there, is, and I actually have, because I'm a twat, beard trimmer. It has got 19 different lengths on it. And it's fantastic. They've also got the lawnmower for downstairs where you can trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. They've got the weed whacker for up your nose, which I will actually use now because I haven't used it for a while. Oh, look at that. It's like trimming your garden. You can tell I've not done that for a while. It's getting a bit of resistance. Oh, I feel 10 years younger. I can breathe through my nose again. Oh, Bisto. And they've got the handyman as well, which I've got here, where you can trim around, and it's great. So, Manscaped, 20% off exclusively, delivered to your door, trusted by millions of men worldwide, 20% off with the code FOOTY. Go to the website through the link in the description or scan the QR code. It'll be a life changer. The beard trim is brilliant. I need to use it, but I leave mine too long. I should be doing it every day, really. And down there, I'm going to Dublin next week, so I definitely need to sort that out. Not that I'm looking to show that off on stage, but it's nice to feel freer. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. And Sharma says, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Dublin. Well, that's all you will see. Nothing down there. That's just for me and certain other people who shall remain. Anyway, we're not here to talk about stuff like that. We're about to start the game. Thank you very much to Manscaped. Trim the grass, make the yard look bigger, 20% off and free worldwide shipping. But I tell you what is off, this game. This game is off. It is up and running, and it's I'm not happy about this time. There we go. That's perfect. Lock that in. There we go. We're up and running. Okay. We've had a super chat from Thomas who says, is this the best Liverpool team ever? Thomas, you're about to get rinsed by Liverpool fans. Is this the best Liverpool team ever? Oh, come on, mate. I can think of 6 that are better straight away. It's got the potential to grow into something better, but Jota there, a little bit high. Studs for showing, but he did get the ball, so he'll be all right. The game's on Amazon Prime. Doy says, can we talk about Man United building a big top of fun, make the clown show more appropriate? I think they were never eating packed lunches. Where has the money come from, says Doy. Thank you very much for that. If you want to talk about United, I'm here all week. Who is the better matchup for Villa next round, says HPN. Villa will be underdogs anyway. But of course, Villa, if they get through Bruges, which they should do with a 3-1 lead, they will play the winner of this game. I'd like to see Liverpool Villa. I quite like. Some people don't like to see English clubs playing each other in the Champions League, but I quite like it. I'd quite like to see Villa against Liverpool. But PSG played really well last time. Here's Salah though. Good skill. They've got it. What PSG have got to do is get the tempo up. Try and keep the Anfield crowd quiet. Because, and they have started off very energetically here, PSG. Imagine if PSG turned up and knocked Liverpool out. That would be incredible. Konate does well there, though. Well done, Konate. Did you watch Barca versus Benfica? No, I didn't, actually. But Barcelona won 3-1, so... Yeah. Looked, obviously... Presumably, they look quite good. I have got Leverkusen Bayern Munich on, but it's an absolute waste of time because Leverkusen lost 3-0, didn't they? So, waste of time. Inter Milan are 2-0 up against Feyenoord. So, the only game that's got anything on it tonight is this. Who's the better matchup for Villa? Thank you very much. Daniel Svensson says, Mark, have you seen Lamine's goal and assist that was out of this world and he's just got 17? That's insane. He's literally better than Messi, says Daniel. I haven't seen it, no. I'll take your word on it. Hi, Mark. I see what you mean about Bruno. Olmo didn't do anything amazing, but his one-touch quick passing glued Barca's attack, which helped the whole team, says Zanny. Mate, you can't speak to some people. Bruno gets free kicks and assists, and apparently he's like the best thing since sliced bread. But the player that actually links things together is so important, and I'd love to see Bruno do that a lot more, to be fair. But wonder goal for Yamal. I will watch it. I will watch it. In fact, I hate walking around the house and not having my phone, and I've just realised I haven't got it. João Neves or Agate, says Connor. I think Neves would win that one. I mean, PSG literally got rid of him, didn't they? So I like Agate, but I'm not going to sit here and lie. I would have took João Neves. He was the one I wanted in the summer. So Liverpool on the attack here. It's frenetic, the start to this game. And I like it. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Don't forget to check out Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. 20% off with the code FOOTY. I'm about to start the stats carousel. So you'll start to see things like stats, funnily enough, and team news. Yeah, I'd have took João Neves. This could be it for Liverpool. Mo Salah. Wow. Big block. Big block by PSG. It should have been 1-0 to Salah and Liverpool. The game has started off so fast-paced. And it's lovely play by... I mean, that's brilliant build-up play by McAllister. McAllister does everything right. And I don't know how Salah just doesn't hit it that well, does it? But Mendes with the block. And, I mean, that could have been the dream start for Liverpool. 2-0 up. They'd have been cruising. But it's a corner instead. The game's on Amazon. I don't like it being on Amazon, personally. A lot of people... I do like aspects of Amazon coverage. Statistically, it's quite good. But I just don't like... I don't like watching football through a streaming service because it can be unreliable. It can lead to lag, which leads to delay. So, yeah. Salah has dropped off, says Rob. Always United. Thank you very much for that, Rob. MD says, I like it on Amazon because I can watch it in bed. Salah is also fasting for Ramadan, says Christina. What Amazon are you? What device are you watching it on? Well, I've got my streaming laptop where I've got my live chat and studio stuff for interacting and stuff, and then I just open it up on another browser. If I could be arsed, I'd have it on this screen, but then Bayern Munich Leverkusen's on that one, which is linked to the TV, so... Oh, I thought he'd scored! Salah again! Sort of slaloms his way through the PSG defence from virtually his own half, past one, finds his way through and curls it just wide. To be fair, he could have gone for a penalty there. I think he honestly stayed on his feet because he could have gone down. If he'd have gone down there, I think that would have been a penalty. That's a late tackle. He definitely gets caught, but he stayed on his feet. I think he thought he could score, and he didn't. Kel says, you're 1 in a million. Love your show. Thanks, mate. And Daniel says, what does Daniel say? I'm giving you money. Please pick up your phone and see Lamille's goal and assist. You will be stunned. I promise you. I haven't got my bloody phone. I'll tell you what I will do. I might be... somebody's bound to have put it on X. Oh. Oh. Oh, lovely assist. I've just seen the assist. Yeah, really good. That's the assist. Where's the goal? I think I'm about to see it. I think that's Rafinha's goal, isn't it? No, Yamal's... yeah. Stop putting the fucking audio on, prick. Yeah. Very good. Well done. Well done. Well, I mean, he's a class act, isn't he? I don't think he's better than Messi, no. But he's only 17. Can he be better than Messi? Let's wait and see. Inter have scored, but they're already through. M. Parker says, do an April Fool's joke where you say breaking news and then it's Ricky sitting on your chair. Why am I watching that game? Why am I watching Leverkusen? I want to watch this game. Yeah, Inter are 1-0 up, and Thuram has made it 3-0 on aggregate, so they're cruising through as well. Are you going to do a triple watch-along on Sunday? So, Arsenal-Chelsea, Carabao Cup, and then Man United-Leicester. Well, I'm definitely doing the Carabao Cup, and I'm definitely doing Man United-Leicester, so... whether I do Arsenal or Chelsea. I would like to. I think I'm getting a bit old for doing 3 watch-alongs in one day, but I might do. I'll see how it goes. Liverpool have actually settled into this game quite well in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, I would advise taking the time to have a look at Yamal's goal and assist. They were very good. Dumbo says Liverpool need to keep up this energy. I'm just going to see what happens with this corner. I mean, look, Arsenal-Chelsea on Sunday is still an interesting game in relation to the top 5 race, the title race. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, Liverpool have got a corner here. God, I'm yawning a lot. It's got a good dip on it. And again, free header. Van Dijk is still in there. Liverpool are knocking on the door here. They've started off well. And it's volleyed over the bar by Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai! I've gone to get my phone. Yeah, Look, I think I do want to talk about a few things. What are your genuine thoughts on Man United Stadium, by the way? Look, realistically, I've seen people calling it a circus and everything like that, and I get it. I get it. I think if you're a United fan, we will grow to like it. We'll bloody have to. But I was looking at the. They were showing the. Well, this is in Leverkusen, their stadium. I don't like. I would have been quite happy with the fishbowl, sort of thing. I like the interior, but I just don't like the exterior. I think it's trying to be something it didn't need to be. PSG on the attack. Interesting ball in behind Robertson. This should be a goal. Oh, great defending. No, it's a goal for PSG. Stop the clocks. It's not a drill. It's a goal for PSG. It's Dembele. And, well, Liverpool defensively here are going to be very, very unhappy. This has put a cat amongst the pigeons. And that cat is called Ousmane. And his second name is Dembele. Well, I thought Liverpool had dealt with the danger here, but they clearly haven't. It's a great start to the game. Lovely ball in behind Robertson. Cross comes in, but it looks like they're going to deal with it. And then there's a bit of a mix-up between Konate and Alisson. It's just a very good breakaway. But, yeah, Liverpool just sort of have this under control. There could be an element of offside on that. But when this cross comes in, yeah, it's just a mix-up at the back. 1-0 PSG. Just keep an eye out for a potential offside. I don't think it is, but just as I say, keep an eye out. You never know. You never know in this game. Mix up at the back. Well, I hope it is given, because it's as Breezy says, game on. That's what I want to see. No offside. Surely Liverpool won't get knocked out at home by PSG. Surely we're not going to see that. Bigger stadium, more money for Jim and the Glazers, says Cameron. Salah's new hair transplant gives him new confidence, says Pablo. I love the aggressive pressing we are doing, says Jay. I don't know whether he's a Liverpool fan or a PSG fan. He might not be loving it so much now. I mean, Liverpool did have 2 half chances. It's been a very open game. And Liverpool are in again here, and that goes over the bar, and I think it's going to be a goal kick. So it was a goal, yes, Brandon. It's 1-0 to PSG, 1-1 on aggregate. As you can see, it says it next to me there. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. That's football. You're very welcome, whoever you are, and whoever you support, and wherever you are, you're very welcome on this channel. Daily content, as always. The reason I say please subscribe is that we're only 50 subscribers away from 310,000. So that will become 1.31. Please do subscribe. We can hit it tonight. But can Liverpool hit the quarterfinals of the Champions League? They'd be considered one of the favourites. Across the 2 legs, PSG have been very good. And whether it's against the run of play or not, they can't complain, Liverpool, considering what they did last week. So it's game on here. Michael G says, "What's your thoughts on Luis Diaz at the moment?" I mean, look, I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I don't watch them week in, week out. I think when he's on it, he's a really good player, but he can go through patches where he's not at it. I thought he played well against Southampton, from what I saw. Liverpool will score here at some point. The game's too open. Liverpool are playing a lot better than they did last week. They're having a lot more of the ball. Obviously, it's Anfield. I mean, it's a brilliant game now, isn't it? 1-1. Canate takes a shot. It's not a bad shot. Donnarumma tips it wide. It's quite a good shot, that, from Canate. I think it's just because it's bounced in front of Donnarumma. He's had to tip it wide. What's my prediction? My prediction would... I'm going to stand up. My prediction would... That's my prediction. No, my prediction is that Liverpool will win it. I mean, I'd never, ever go against Liverpool at Anfield in the Champions League. But as we were saying, PSG were very impressive in the first leg. Do you think Aaron Wan-Bissaka would suit Amrim's system better than Delot? Seems like he's thriving under Potter, says Quackworth. No, I've seen enough of Wan-Bissaka. He's not really an offensive wing-back or winger. Whether he'd do better than Delot, I think you might be right. Oh, no! Oh, no for Liverpool! Great save, Alisson, again! Oh, my God, Liverpool. Barcola in again, but he couldn't scan the barcode. It was a great chance one-on-one, and Alisson again making a big save. Joe Coleman says, what do you think the new Man United Stadium will be called? It will be called whatever the highest bidder offers, mate. It will be, I mean, it could be anything, couldn't it? PSG are going to win, says Florian. They're doing really well here at the moment. These passes in between the lines. Yeah, good play. Good play by PSG. It's probably a little bit behind Barcola, to be fair. And Alisson makes a standard save. If it gets called New Trafford, I think that's really wank. Sorry. I think New Trafford is a shit name. New Trafford. New Trafford. And also, give it 10 years and you won't be able to call it that. Because it won't be new anymore. May as well call it the Glazer Dome. Call it the Thunder Dome. Oh, header over the bar. Jota. Yeah, it'll be a sponsor, definitely. Snapdragon Stadium, something like that. Which I don't really give a shit about. If you're going to knock Old Trafford down, don't talk to me about heritage. Call it what you bloody like. Walker's Crisp Stadium. I don't care. Could call it Legoland. Only real ones know the Thunderdome. God, it was a good time. Well, it wasn't a good time. People were very ill with COVID, but the career mode was a positive. Really good pace to this game. 20 minutes gone. 7 attempts for Liverpool. 1 on target. 3 attempts for PSG. 2 on target. Look, I want to say a big shout out because I think Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, have probably been the two sets of fans that have reached out the most. And Liverpool fans have been very sympathetic because they just could never imagine leaving Anfield. And although there's a massive rivalry with United, I think some of them just can't understand how you've let that happen to Old Trafford because they never would. And then Arsenal fans are sort of like, well, you know, it's not, the grass ain't always greener with a new stadium. So, but some United fans just don't get it. It's a shiny new toy, isn't it? I don't think it's going to hit them until we've knocked it down. Cracking game. Cracking game, Gromit. Do you think Salah will win the Ballon d'Or even if Liverpool don't win the Champions League, says Thomas. And Cameron says, wouldn't be surprised if they called it New Trafford with the Americans having new everything in their own country, says Cameron. Call it the Theatre of Screams, says the Gimp from Pulp Fiction. Locke, welcome to the Members Club. These are the games that get you interested, says Liam. Thank you, Joe Coleman. Yeah, I mean, look, after the last 48 hours as United, I've got to say, just watching a bit of football is a pure escapism. So I'm really enjoying this, actually. There was a good question there about Salah and the Ballon d'Or. Lovely touch by Salah. Nice little lay into Trent. And that'll probably be a foul anyway. I don't think Salah's got a cat and house chance of winning the Ballon d'Or if he doesn't win the Champions League. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's right, but I think we all know the Ballon d'Or and the way it's selected ain't necessarily the most credible award out there. I think he would have to win the Champions League, yeah. Dembele got a little bit lucky on that goal because Konate actually makes a good interception, but it knocks it past Alisson, and then and Dembele that anticipates it really well. Why don't United renew the stadium like Bernabeu, says Mohammed? Because the Glazers have been set on building a new stadium for years. Dutchman applying says Rafinha for Ballon d'Or. I think if Barcelona win the Champions League and La Liga, there probably will be a Barcelona player, won't it? But as things stand, it's 1-1. So Liverpool's lead lasted a few minutes, and we're now in a situation where if Liverpool want to go through, they've got to win. Well, technically draw, but certainly got to score. Jota does well, but crowded out by PSG, and their ability to move the ball, PSG. I mean, look, I agree with what a lot of people said last week. PSG for the last 10 years have been that team that have got really good players but just don't have the aptitude to win it. Whereas I think what I've seen of PSG against City and last week and here so far is that they're a much better team than they have been for a while. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe. We're very close to 310,000 legends. That's going to go to Donnarumma. He's going to clear it. Here is Salah again. I mean, when you're talking about Mo Salah, though, would you... Lots of people talk about the most underrated player in the Premier League. I actually think, you know, Ballon d'Or, this, that, or the other. And I know Mo Salah is considered probably the best player in the Premier League, but I also think he's the most underrated player in the Premier League because I still see, even in this chat or, you know, mainstream media, the neglection of Mo Salah is incredible. And for that to come from a Man United fan who wants him to be shit, it's I find it even more amazing just how underrated he is, because the relentlessness of scoring goals is one thing from the wing, and we saw it with Ronaldo for a couple of years in the United side, but he's not a centre forward. He's a winger, and he scores ridiculous amounts of goals, ridiculous amounts of assists, week in, week out, in a Liverpool side that hasn't been Man City for the last decade. It's been Liverpool, and there are players that have and managers that have contributed to that. But Salah's legacy at Liverpool is just incredible over the last decade, and it does surprise me how underrated he is. I think the reason he's underrated is because he's Egyptian. We've had this conversation before, and I'm not saying that there's some sort of xenophobia or anything like that. I just think because it's not fashionable to be a, you know, world-class player playing for Egypt, I think that's... And also, he's probably not ridiculously brand-orientated either. So... But I think he's the best player in the Premier League. I think he should win the Ballon d'Or. I think he should have won more Ballon d'Ors. I think he should have been in the top 3 more. But no, I don't think he will win the Ballon d'Or if Liverpool don't win the Champions League, which just goes to show how underrated he is. Because I think if he was Lionel Messi or Ronaldo and what he'd done over the last 4 or 5 years, he would have won more. Just my 2 pennies worth. If you've got any other players that you think are underrated, let me know. All right, then who's the most underrated player in the Premier League behind Mo Salah? I think Onana. I'm joking. I'm joking. Mo Salah is one of the most consistent players too. Yes, Constantine, exactly. As an Everton fan, it's a strange feeling moving out of your club home for so long. Hope it works out for both clubs, as the art of cinema. I mean, look, I think the Everton thing's different, but sad. I'm really sad, even though I'm banned, that you're leaving Goodison Park. Probably my favourite away. I'm really sad to think that I'll never see well, I will, but you know, after this season, I won't. Everton had been struggling with PSR for years to pay for our stadium. How are United going to pay triple for yours if you're up against the brink too? Says Dance. Because to be honest, mate, we're going to do it through this regeneration project. And I have to be very careful on That's Football because I'm not on the United stand, because I did a video on it a few weeks ago, and we own a lot of land that doesn't get reported in that regeneration project. Everyone says we own this land, but we own other bits of land as well. And we can't build this stadium without this regeneration project. And if anybody doesn't know what's going to happen, Old Trafford's getting knocked down. We're building a new stadium, but all around Old Trafford, there's loads of land that's going to get bought by the government and other private investors, and they're just going to basically build high-rise, plush apartments, media, all that lot. So that's how we're going to do it, mate. And if that doesn't happen, we won't build the new stadium. So we'll pay for our stadium on debt or whatever, or selling land or whatever. But everything else around us is going to get built for us. And what I would liken it to is you could buy a piece of land and build your dream house with a cinema and a cinema room and a converted barn and a swimming pool. But there's no roads to it. There's no sewers, there's no electricity or anything like that. So you built your dream house, but you can't get to it and you can't get any lights on. So you need all the electric company and the Severn Trent Waters and the government to build the roads and everything. And that's what United are going to do. What some people feel is that that's really unfair, that Man United are getting all this and Liverpool won't, and Chelsea won't, and Arsenal didn't, you know? But it might not happen, because there might be enough people who complain about it. But it's great for us. Anyway, let's get back to this game. 27 minutes gone. Liverpool are on the attack here. Diaz, bit of space, goes to Salah. Bad first touch. PSG have been very energetic and they've been counter-attacking very well. That's well cleared. Snog, marry, kill, gold, silver, or copper bridge, says streaming. Always gold, marry. I don't like copper either. I don't want Old Trafford Stadium, says Liam Vernon. I think Glazers will sell after regen process and new stadium. It will be peak valuation, says Naf. Well, it won't. It won't, because once you've built it, you've got to pay it off, and then you've got to get the revenue in to build the team, haven't you? Interior design, I agree. Great outside, looks weird, says Arturo. What do you think of the Snapdragon Arena, says 8-9? Mate, we can call it the Poundland Arena if they give us more money. I couldn't give a shit about the name of it. If you're knocking Old Trafford down, that's the day I stop giving a shit about heritage. You can shove your heritage up your arse. If you knock Old Trafford down and rebuild it from scratch, you can forget heritage and, you know, symbolisation. It's just a cash grab. Talk about refs having an ego. This ref thinks he's top dog, says Cameron. Where will we play while Old Trafford we'll play in Old Trafford till the day the next one's built, because it's going to get built next door. I'm an Arsenal fan, and to me, Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes across as insincere. I'm genuinely tired of people who don't care being in charge. It's not fair on fans, says Blackgate. I don't know about most, but the most underrated player in the Premier League, Jared Bowen's got to be up there. Mate, we're watching Liverpool. Liverpool are going to win the league. The reason Liverpool are going to win the league is because Arsenal's owner decided not to buy a striker. Owners dictate our destiny, don't they? They really do. No, Villa are playing tomorrow night, mate. Not tonight. Villa are playing tomorrow night. Nil-nil here. Liverpool. Look, it's a really interesting game. Talking about Villa, can you remember a few weeks ago, there was a tweet about, are Villa a bigger club than Newcastle? Now, I'm not going to do that. But I tell you what, for me, Aston Villa are a bigger club than Spurs. Now, I don't know whether I'm in the minority or the majority on this one, but Aston Villa are a bigger club than Spurs. And yet Spurs are traditionally always in the traditional top 6. And that always baffles me why Spurs are in it, because they've never won anything, really. They've got the North London derby, but there's no trophy for that. I like Spurs. I think Spurs are inoffensive. I loved players like Gascoigne and Waddle and Hoddle and even Bale and Sheringham and Ginola. They've had so many good players, Spurs, and they're an inoffensive team. But why are they in the traditional top 6? Aston Villa are a massive club. They're definitely a sleeping giant. They've got a huge fan base. They've got a bloody good stadium. They've won the European Cup. They've won the league. So I think Villa are definitely a better club than Spurs at the moment, but not even on recency. Villa are a bigger club than Spurs. Spurs fans would probably agree at the moment, but the funny thing is, most people would put Spurs in the traditional top 6 and not Villa. And yet, I think Villa are a bigger club. PSG! Oh, Alisson's out. Oliver says Villa have been relegated too often. That's a fair point. But I still think they're a bigger club. I don't think the European Cup itself makes them a bigger club because Forest won the European Cup back-to-back twice. Lovely cross into the box by Salah. Donnarumma punches it away. But no, I think Villa are a bigger club than Spurs. Spurs are an example of building an amazing stadium and not doing much with it. How they are where they are, with the revenue they've got and had, I don't know. It was a cracking game this, you know. Jota goes to Salah. I tell you what, if PSG scored next, it would be, it would get even better. Do you think Newcastle's a bigger club than Spurs? I think what Newcastle and Villa have got is huge fan bases, huge interest. And trust me, Villa could go 10, 20,000 more and probably, you know, get a lot of people into the ground. Newcastle's very similar in that sense. But Newcastle's legacy, they've had a few relegations. They don't win trophies. Villa are bigger than Newcastle. Villa are bigger than Spurs. Who's bigger between Spurs and Newcastle? I'd say Spurs. Spurs have played in a Champions League final in the last few years. Spurs have had, you know, good players. But then again, Newcastle did have that period with Shearer and Ferdinand. I tell you what, I'm going to run a poll on this one. You can decide. Who is the bigger club? It's a good one, that. I mean, it's very subjective. But that doesn't mean... I don't think there's a definitive answer on this one, to be fair. Do you think Luis Enrique looks like Willem Dafoe, says Langford? Not really. I watched a film with him in it at the weekend, actually. Mississippi Burning. Very, very good film. Always love to hear respect for Villa. Up the Villa, says Joe. I like what Villa are doing. I really do like what Villa are doing. I'm not going to sit here and know all the politics of Villa and how their owners are and anything like that, but I do like what Villa are doing. I like what Birmingham are doing. I think their ambitions are really interesting as well. If you look at the plans, Old Trafford pitch is still there and will be used for community matches, so Bobby and Georgie Best will still play at night, says JT. They'll call it New Trafford, sponsored by Ineos, says Jackie. Lewandowski not getting a Ballon d'Or says a lot about it, says Doy. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for your super chats tonight. Cut back! Shoot! Oh my God! Oh, you know what? If that goes in, it's a banger. Luis Enrique goes and gets a drink from the icebox, but that should have been, could have been, should have been 2-1 PSG. Kvaratskhelia completely unmarked. I don't know what Trent's doing. Miles away. I tell you what, he's not even missed it. Gravenberch's made a brilliant block. Trent's getting rinsed here, isn't he? He's really struggling. Someone needs to give him a towel because he's getting rinsed, bro. Liverpool breaking away from the corner. Options. Go Salah. Oh, Salah should have took a touch. Liverpool in the final third, just a little bit, what's the word? Little bit tentative, nervous. Imagine Wagon says PSG are getting rinsed. Oh, I don't think so, mate. I think it's a good game. I think it's the opposite of last week, but PSG are doing better. PSG at least are soaking up pressure and they're a threat on the break. Liverpool not really creating the big chances at the moment. Do you want Liverpool to win? Absolutely not. I think they will win, but of course I don't want them to win. Imagine if Villa play Liverpool and Marcus Rashford knocks them out. Come back, Marcus. Everything I said about you needing to be sold, build him a statue. No, I'm with Delta. I think Liverpool win this game. I've played the game, and I think they'll win the game. We're 10 away from 310,000, by the way. Can we sign a petition to stop Old Trafford getting knocked down? I don't know that there will be one, mate. PSG are doing really well. I'm not gonna be all Premier League is the best. They are doing well. Hey, have got any Chelsea fans in here, actually? I was doing the United stand before this, and there's a story come out today that Chelsea might pay Man United to take Sancho back. So Chelsea have got to pay Man United 25 million for Jadon Sancho in the summer, as long as they finish in the top 14, which they're definitely going to do. But apparently they can send him back if they pay us. So what are your general thoughts on Sancho? I wonder how much the penalty is. I don't want him back. Another shot straight at Alisson. I mean, the half has flown by. 38 minutes. It's alright, I'm just deleting comments on the United stand. Apparently that's what I do. I'm not. I've just got to send this message. Oh shit, done that by mistake. Lots of people talking about the referee. I wouldn't necessarily... I don't think I watched the game massively in that way. to notice the refereeing unless it's shockingly bad. Top of stadium looks like a circus tent. Fitting, says Christian. Thank you. Still talking about that. Newcastle are a bigger club than Tottenham. 57% of you have gone with Newcastle over Tottenham. There you go. So much for freedom, says Torren. What happened to PSG since Arsenal battering? They're playing well. Darwin game winner, says Jay. I think Birmingham can do it really good already in the Prem. How they played against Newcastle with those players already was quite impressive. Imagine them when they come to the Prem, says Daniel, talking about Birmingham City. Dembele is having such an amazing season, says Andre. And Viking Crypto Warrior. Oh, I tell you what, Dembele again, sort of a cross shot. Viking Crypto Warrior says, before the new stadium's open, we should appoint Ange and call it Angefield. Boom, I'm here all night. And Bish says, even with Mbappe, Messi and Neymar gone, I think this is definitely the best PSG team in a while. 100%. What about Everton versus Spurs, Mark, says Hatton. We'll do that one next. Do you think Enrique have done that? Everton or Spurs? Oh, I tell you what. That was close for PSG. Cross again. Alisson gets on the end of it. I'd say Liverpool fans, in the last few minutes, PSG have... Well, look at the stats. They've had 4 shots on target to Liverpool's 1. Liverpool are struggling here. Here's Kvaratskhelia again. He's having a good night. Dembele, they should clear that away. I'll tell you what, Trent needs to start doing something going forward because defensively he's struggling. Now here's Salah. It's going nowhere fast there. Liverpool don't seem to have many attacking options. They're really struggling. Have you heard of the Baller League, says Fennick? I've seen little bits about it. I spoke to somebody about Baller League in January, and they sort of explained it to me. I think they were asking us to like do a bit of promo stuff for it, but I was like, yeah, it never transpired into anything. But I sort of seen a few of them. Hasn't PK's got one as well, hasn't he? But ever tried a cigar, Mark? Yeah, I've had a few in my time. Not in a long time, though. With your bold takes, call yourself Goldbridge, says Shriman. Nuno Mendes having a great game again. Well, he was Amarim's priority. We obviously couldn't get him, so we went for Dorgu. It's a nice end-to-end game at the moment. Enjoying this so far. I don't know how to feel about Man United new stadium. Inside good, outside weird, says Johnny. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Fennick. Elmo. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do this poll. Who is the bigger club? Spurs stay on because they're losers. Who is the bigger club? Everton or Tottenham? We should have gone the other way. Newcastle beat Tottenham, so Newcastle should stay on. Loser shouldn't stay on. Whoever wins this match will lose against Madrid, says Mohammed. They don't play Madrid. They play Villa or Bruges. Madrid would be the semi. What do you think about Newcastle's chances in the Cup against Liverpool? I thought it was a very, very good result for Newcastle last night to beat West Ham. Very, very good in the circumstances. But the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, Liverpool's best team, Liverpool when they're playing well, would sweep aside Newcastle, I think. But obviously, you know, Anthony Gordon playing as well. But Liverpool, the way they're playing at the moment, just seem to be having a little bit of a dip. So, you know, Newcastle, write Newcastle off at your peril. Do 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 do. Very impressed by PSG. He's got a good job, hasn't he? Company. I don't even know how he got that job. I don't think he deserves it, to be honest. Given the difficulty of the road to the final for Liverpool, is coming first in the group stage is somewhat redundant, says Aaron. Yeah, but somebody told me Liverpool have earned 89 million from this this Champions League already. And, you know, talking about finances in football, it is quite interesting when you look at, like, United talking about having no money, and you talk about Newcastle who've got Saudi owners but can't get the money in. This Champions League format, I don't like it. I like it now. I don't like the 8 games in the Champions League format. I mean, I didn't like it that much, really. But you can... it's half-time, 1-1. But the amount of money you can earn, it's incredible, isn't it? PSG playing really well. Yeah, half-time here. Get Jaden back, he's cooking, says Goldio. No. I know what you're doing. I will be the one to equalise if it comes to it, says Blade by Cards. And give it, Aaron, thank you very much. Whoever wins this match, done that one as well. Everton are apparently a bigger club than Spurs. I think Spurs are getting absolute rinse tonight. I don't think Everton are a bigger club than Tottenham. Absolutely not. Everton did win a league title when I was a kid, but I don't think in the Premier League era, I don't think Everton are bigger than Spurs. But then again, in the Premier League era, are Villa bigger than Spurs? I suppose, you know, if we're looking at eras. But look, it's your vote. Have your vote. That's what it's all about. Youssef says it's a good game of football and I'm enjoying it. Well, let's evidence this game of football with a little bit of the stat carousel. There it is. 53%, so 47%. So pretty 50-50 on possession. Liverpool have had 10 shots, but only 1 on target, whereas... PSG have had 4 on target. So I think PSG have been more threatening. As I said, I think Liverpool started the game really well, but they've been really quite lazy in their attack. They get to the final third and they're just not looking like their normal selves. And if they don't switch up, which they can do with Slot in the second half, he's known for that, they'll be switching out of this tournament. So a very, very equal game. But I've got to say, I am actually surprised by PSG and their approach to this game. Maybe I shouldn't be, but traditionally, European clubs come to Anfield and find it difficult in that atmosphere, in that pressure cooker, cauldron environment. But PSG they've certainly soaked pressure up, but they've looked good and they've looked confident on the attack. Liverpool are going to have to step it up in the second half because if they don't, they're going to be heading out of this tournament. Don't forget, we're sponsored by Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Trusted by millions of men worldwide for your facial hair and down there. 20% off with the code FOOTY and free delivery. So check it out. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. What are your thoughts on Chelsea this season, says Ewan? My thoughts are that you will get top 5. But, I mean, my top 5 at the moment is probably Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea. And I don't want to jinx them, but you know who I'm going to say. I think if they beat Ipswich at the weekend, they're just putting themselves in such a good position, incredibly. I mean, that'll be the story of the season, won't it, if they get Champions League football. Ray says, Mark, these are the games Mo Salah comes under scrutiny and doubt. For me, Gerrard, Lampard, Drogba, Henry and Hazard would have taken control in such games. Mate, it's still only half time. And he is fasting, isn't he? Which team do you think will break into the top 6 in terms of league standing over the next 5 years? Well, I would hope you would look at it and go Man United and Spurs because we're not in the top 6 at the moment. But I hope that the Premier League can maintain its competitiveness next season because if it's this competitive... Liverpool have done a great job, obviously, but if it's this competitive, it can make title races and top 4 races really interesting. So I'd love to see Fulham and Bournemouth and Brighton and Brentford and Forest maintain their season next season. But it might be a one-off, I don't know. Look, the traditional top 6 was only the traditional top 6 because the same teams used to finish in the top 6 all the time. It would be Chelsea, Spurs, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. If we can break that up, then I think we're in for a very interesting Premier League. Who do I see as the traditional top 6 of the future? I don't want to see a traditional top 6 of the future. I want to see changeability. But realistically, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, I don't think are going to go anywhere unless Man City get done. And you would think at some point United and Spurs will come back, but we have got Villa, we have got Newcastle, so be interesting. Imagine if Onana was Liverpool's goalkeeper, says Wales. Oh, they won't be winning the league. Will you sign Valverde for Man United on 325k a week? Are you the same person who asked me this the other day? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. What? Why can't you just ask me, would I sign Valverde for Man United? Why are you so... This is the second time I've been asked about very precise wages. I wouldn't sign any player for Manchester United on 300k a week at the moment. And people will go, oh, well, I bet you'd take Yamal. I bet you'd take Bellingham. Well, obviously, fantasy, yes. But a large part of me is like, Man United's biggest problem in recent years has been paying stupid wages. Maybe we just need a few years of actually, a little bit more stability. But yeah, I don't know what your Valverde wage obsession is, but thank you for your super chat. Appreciated. Mark, which team do you think will Brett have done that one? It was a good question as well. Hey you, says Torben. Hope you're doing well. These, done that one from Ray. Done that one from Goldio. Done that one as well. Appreciate that from Goldio. Oh no, I've not done this. Can we get a shout out to our Muslim brothers and sisters during the Ramadan, says Goldio. Yeah, look, I always say it every year. I've never experienced that, and it's it must be really difficult. So yeah, I'm not really the person to speak about it because I've never done it. But is it not? Maybe someone in the chat can tell us. Is it when the sun comes up and the sun goes down that you can eat? Because I know sometimes it happens in the summer and it's a longer period, isn't it, where you can't do it. Thank you very much for that, Goldio. Appreciate that. Bruno is on stupid wages. What needs to be done there, says Sahil? Well, that was stupid. I don't know how Bruno on 240 grand a year after a crap season was allowed to walk in and say, I want 300k. And we went, there you go. But we did. I don't know why my throat is starting to get a bit sore today. I'm definitely not doing a Sean Dyche. And I haven't done a Sean Dyche, so I don't know what's going on there. Honestly, ref has been sold solid, not falling for Liverpool dives, says Touch. I'll be clear and honest. I haven't seen anything from the referee that would concern me. And I'm a Man United fan. No, but I haven't. I think... I know there was the Szoboszlai one. Might have been a little bit contentious, but other than that, that's about it. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything sinister. I'm just getting some eye drops because I had eye surgery a week ago and my eye gets really dry. So I'm going to put a little bit in. Oh, it feels so good. Who would have thought eye drops could be so good? You can have one as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. God. What have I done with the lid? And there I have it. I'm bloody crying now. Bloody am. Should I do Fulham in EAFC 25? Says Daniel. I mean, fair play that you're still playing EAFC 25. I had thought about bringing it back, but I just can't. I can't get on with it. I really can't. Please, Fenix says, please smash a like on the video. Which player from PSG would you like at Manchester United? Says Pov. And there's a big list, mate. I mean, I think Mendes would have been the ideal Amorim left wing back signing, but obviously we couldn't get him, so we went for Dorgu. I'd probably take any of their centre backs because we need centre backs. I'd probably take João Neves. I think he'd be very good. Not to disrespect any of their midfielders. And I think Dembele, Kvaratskhelia would be good as well. I'd take Donnarumma as well. So I'd take most of their team. And the thing about PSG, though, is that their bench, I didn't mention that in the first half, their bench will be very good. It always is. PSG always have a good bench. Doué, Hernandez, Kimpembe, Kang In, Beraldo, Ramos, Zaire Emery. Yeah, they've got loads of good players. They just can't bridge that gap to winning the Premier League, can they? That's their big issue. Constantine says, will we ever see the likes of the lesser teams win the Premier League, like the Leicester story? No, I don't think we will, Constantine. I mean, look at the last few Premier Leagues. You can get your Fulhams and your Forests and your Bournemouths doing well, but they're still miles off Liverpool. They'd have been miles off Arsenal and Man City. I think for those clubs, winning the league is going to be getting in the top 5. I don't think we're going to see another Leicester. I really don't. I think the Premier League is too strong now. Like, what happened when Leicester won the league was miraculous, but also everybody had a bad season. I don't think... Look, Arsenal and Man City haven't done as well as last year, but Liverpool have come in and gone, yes, please. So I think it's very difficult, really. You ever been to the Plough in Harborne, Birmingham, says Goldio? I used to go, years ago, to the Green Man in Harborne. And is the Plough the one across the road? Because I think I have been in there as well. But yeah, I used to go to the Green Man in Harborne quite regularly. I haven't been to Harborne for ages, but I used to live I had a family member who lived in Edgbaston, so we'd go to Harborne quite a lot. If you can't get along with FC25, why not go back and play some of the retro ones? Could be interesting to play by cards. No one's going to watch it though, mate. And it's not about the views, but I haven't got time to do it really. Should the fouled player have to take the penalty, says Ted? No. Hatim says it's not that you've been doing Sean Dyche, you've been doing Sir Jim. Yeah, and Sir Jim is quite low. At the end of the day, that is why my throat's not hurting. It's hurting a bit. At the end of the day, the Glazers are good people. You know, build a statue. I've got a knighthood. Let's get one for them. Sir Joel Glazer. At the end of the day, they're good people, you know. It's not their fault. What do you want them to do? You know, they're rich. They want to be richer, you know. If you want to do something about the Glazers, get a job. Become a billionaire yourself. And if you're not a billionaire, well, you know, we're better than you. And we're certainly going to make you pay for it. You haven't... that Hatim, well done. You've just solved the problem for me. Are you going to do an F1 watch-along? It's too early, Andre. It's too early. United are going to hopefully learn from their wages mistakes, says David. I'm just waiting for the second half here. Thank you very much. Good questions coming in. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Mr. War says, can you do 5 burpees? Oh, that's something to do with fitness, isn't it? I mean, I guarantee I could. I just don't know what it is. Do you think Liverpool will win tonight? Yes. Yes. I think Liverpool have got gears to go up. And I think you've got the home crowd as well. And whilst PSG are doing well, I think they're probably playing at their limits, and PSG's chance went last week. But they're going to have to step it up. PSG are doing well. Thank you very much for that one. This referee is a PE teacher, says Crazy. That is crazy. What are your thoughts on Angry Ginge playing in Soccer Aid, says Daniel. Fair play, mate. Fair play. Lovely lad. And I think it's great that he gets asked to do all these things, because I certainly never did. So well done to him, and I'm glad that people are finally taking notice of these very talented influencers. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased. Where do Man United... I won't be watching though, because I fucking hate Soccer Aid. Apart from it's for charity. Do you... Nearly walked into a trap there. Why would Fulham be a good career mode to do, says Daniel. And do you think your son will continue your videos, says John. On the Fulham thing, I think people think it's just a bit of a challenge. Look, Seb enjoys doing the odd stream like the Sidemen Man at the weekend or the charity stream. But obviously, I don't want to be that person that, uses their kids for views and stuff, of which some people do. So I have to balance it every now and again because he'd be on every week. On TalkSport, someone said Spurs are the best run club in the Premier League because they are self-sufficient, profitable, and have a brand new stadium. Sounds familiar, says Pedro. But you know what? I don't know whether we've got any Spurs fans watching, but like Spurs are, if you're looking at Daniel Levy, Spurs are a well-run football club. Absolutely well-run football club. But they don't win trophies. And this is something I've been saying to United fans. Like, some Man United fans are knocking one out for the last 24 hours because of that stadium. And some United fans are listening to Sir Jim saying, at the end of the day, it's good to sack people. And they're going, yeah, he's right, because we'll have money. And I'm like, are we playing Monopoly or are we playing football? And I think that when you look at Spurs, they're playing Monopoly. And I don't know why anybody would appreciate that. I mean, I'd rather Todd Bowley than Sir Jim Radcliffe. I'd rather Todd Bowley than Daniel Levy. And yes, he's a bit of a prat, but his obsession is not to build the stadium. His obsession is to win on the pitch. And as a football fan, if I was bothered about building stadiums, I'd buy Lego. I wouldn't watch football. And I think the modern fan, some modern fans, get really excited about projects and money and profitability. And most football clubs don't make profit because you don't buy a football club to make profit. And I don't know why a fan would be getting a stiffy about profit, because it's about success. That's what it's about. And Spurs are a well-run club, but how does that benefit a Spurs fan? Oh yeah, look at the stadium. Oh look, oh God, look. The Jaguars are coming again this year. Oh, Beyonce's doing another concert. Yeah, where's my bloody trophy, You're in the bottom half of the league. You're out of every trophy apart from the Europa League. You've got very little prospect of getting back up there. But guess what? Beyonce's coming next month. Right, second half's up and running. I haven't got my timer on. Why is my timer not on? Because it's in the wrong bloody place. What are you doing down there, you bloody idiot? Oh, I tell you what, you're on your last chance. You ever do that again? Don't wander off. Now we've got it wrong as well. PSG on the attack. Liverpool have won it back. Right, I need to... what are we at? 46-22. Hey, if you've got any Agony Bridge stuff, let me know. I'm ready. I'm going to try my very best. I don't know whether I'm going to get it done. I was going to try and do a driving with Goldbridge this week. Man United Football Club's becoming Man United Soccer Club, says Super Donuts. And Spurs putting a copy of their balance sheet in the trophy cabinet, says Steve. And am I the only one who thinks that interview was good? Sir Jim's doing his best. Amarin Muscat, yeah, you're an idiot. Great Dane. You're on the United stand last night. I'll tell you what, one more and you're gone. He's a troll. He's a certified troll. Or she. So, not saying anything else. Lee says, would it be a good double for Forest to qualify for the Champions League and get relegated next year? I don't think Forest are going to get relegated anytime soon, mate. I don't think Bournemouth are getting relegated anytime soon. Everton. I don't think any of them are getting relegated. The Premier League, look at Wolves, like they're in no danger at all. The teams that come up are really struggling. Damon says, evening everybody, hope you're all doing good. Nice one, Damon. Yeah, all the other Champions League games are crap tonight. Bayern were already 3-0 up. Benfica are already out to Barcelona, and Inter were a 3-0 up against Feyenoord. So this literally is the only game with anything on it tonight. I mean, tomorrow night it's Madrid Atletico, isn't it? But maybe Villa Bruges. Could go to extra time. Are you still doing the podcast with Will? Yeah, it's on Spotify, Jack. It went out yesterday. Goldbridge Saves Football. Yeah. We just don't have the Goldbridge Arms anymore. We had to shut it down. Wasn't, you know, they reckon 10 pubs a week close in the UK, and ours was 1 in January. So that's why I don't go on YouTube anymore. Banning people for expressing opinions is convenient, says the Great Dane. That's fine. That comment hasn't got you banned. I'm just telling you, one more stupid troll comment and you won't get read. Good to hear, mate. And I'm good, thank you, says Gavin. Have you ever been to Leamington Spa, says Call of Stewart? Yeah, I used to go there every week to do the football filling with Ben Foster. That's where his studio was. About 40 minutes from me. Johnny M says the best thing PSG did was get rid of Mbappe. Have I ever been to Butlins, Mark, says D3. No, I haven't. I've never been to Butlins, which is why I didn't get the joke about Butlins and United Stadium. Nothing wrong with going to Butlins, but I've never been. I'm more of a Centre Parks person, you know. One of my mates from school, he goes to Butlins a lot. He went in January for a bloody grease weekend. Not like, you don't grease yourself up and get it up, you know. It was like, you're the one that I want in January. I thought Butlins only opened up in the summer. Martin says, I'm coming to Dublin from Cork. I want to shake your hand, says Martin. Lovely stuff. Chipperfield Arena, Old Trafford, says Paul. And WN says, Centre Parks is the Tory version of Butlins. Well, I find that offensive because I grew up with New Labour and Tony Blair. So there wasn't a hell of a lot of difference between the Tories and that then. New Labour. Everton are bigger than Spurs. It's done. Harry Kane's just scored for Bayern Munich. Worst celebration in the world. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Rob Always United says, I've just found your book on Audible, Mark. Brilliant listen. Yeah, give it a listen if it's on Audible. Lovely stuff. J1 says, why don't you collab with the guy on United Stand? He's been a bit gloomy recently, but might be fun to have him on the pod. Are you talking about me? Like, I am the guy on the United Stand. I don't know what you're talking about. Tap in for Harry Kane, that was. Goldio says, I get too excited sometimes, but it's sad we have trolls within these communities. Idiots like Great Dane are the reason we can't unite this fan base. All right, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, Goldio. I mean, a troll is a troll, isn't it? It's fine, but you just ignore them. Neves would be perfect for the Amrim system, says Antonio. Yeah, he would. I mean, we've had nearly 10 minutes here. Liverpool just can't create chances. Here's Diaz. Nice ball to the edge of the box. Trent will score. Good save, Donnarumma. I tell you what, high foot. Goal. Post. Trent. Goal. There. It's been coming for Liverpool. Offside. Offside. Shove that flag where the sun don't shine. Trent shot straight at Donnarumma. post. That's onside. That's not going to be offside. That's going to be a goal. That's going to be a goal for Liverpool. I can't see the offside there. Oh no, there's the offside. Szoboszlai in the build-up. Yeah, I mean, it's miles before. Yeah, that's what it is. Liverpool fans are going to go mad, but it was actually way before the goal, the offside. Same phase of play. Good call. Will be offside. Mark, can we do a poll on Liverpool PSG starting combined 11? How do you do a poll on that, Jarvis? I haven't got all night. What's your favourite part of being married? My husband told me it's having me smell his fart, says Lisa Reynolds. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Lisa, you shouldn't have to put up with it. Try the burger place named Bunsen's beside Olympia, says J-Bone. So Jim says we should do an interview. He never did. WPD says, I've been told I'll get stabbed if I stop a Tesco thief. I think you're on the wrong chat, mate. You need to report that to the police, pal. Diaz was offside as well, apparently. Oh, Bunsen's. Oh, next to the Olympia Theatre. I like a good burger. Closes in 17 minutes. I'm not going to get one, am I? It's in Dublin. Liverpool fans, I think you'll be getting a bit nervous at the moment. Jack says lasagna or shepherd's pie. Mate, don't even try that with me. Lasagna is the goat. The goat deal. Amrim is teaching penguins to swim in Fiji, says Bridesmaid. Have you ever been to Redditch, says Steve. I've heard of it, so I probably have. Tristan says, would you mind PSG winning the tournament? No, not at all. I mean, Real Madrid have won it so many times. I wouldn't mind them winning it at all. I mean, honestly, I'd like to see Villa win it. I wouldn't go as far as to say I want to see Arsenal win it. I'd want Arsenal to win the league out of Liverpool and Man City, but I wouldn't want them to win the Champions League, to be honest. It'd be quite nice to prolong that. But I'd like to see Villa win it. I'm not that arsed about Inter winning it either, but I think Liverpool will win this. Here's Diaz. They're getting closer. That's got to be a goal. Good block. I tell you what, PSG are living on the edge a little bit here. There's a lot of blocks going in. Szoboszlai's shot blocked there. Mark, I'd love to see you do a funeral show in 5 years with the Fans Forum team on all your favourite Old Trafford memories, says Ali. And these teams are miles ahead of us. Meanwhile, United fans are calling Jim a hero for doing a PR piece with Gary Neville, says Naf. Hi, Mark from Canada. Newcastle making top 4, says Connor. I think that win for them last night, considering they've got the Carabao Cup to come, I think it was a very good result for them. What part of finance did you work in, says Lisa. Great save, Donnarumma from the corner. Van Dijk got up. Liverpool are getting closer and closer here, but it's starting to become what the Liverpool game was last week, where PSG are blocking and the keeper's making big saves. But now they're on the break. Looked a good save from Donnarumma. Here's Kvaratskhelia again. Lays it off, but Liverpool looking to break again. They've got the numbers. Salah. Oh no. 3 against 2. Finds Diaz. Get the block in, lad. They're all there. They've got the numbers back now. They've ruined it. PSG clear well. End to end at the moment. what we got? Still got half an hour of this. And there's a break in the play for something. I don't know what it is. As a newer football fan, I'm a bit confused how such established football teams such as Everton, Manchester United, Spurs are doing so bad this season, says Nicholas. Crap owners, mate. Are you afraid to go to Old Trafford, says Jay? No, I literally went there about 3 months ago. And I go there. I mean, to be fair, I do go there quite a lot, but not on a match day. No, been to Old Trafford plenty of times, mate. In fact, in the more toxic days when we had fan cams, I used to stand outside Hotel Football and do fan cams in front of hundreds of people. So I don't know where this myth comes from, to be honest. I think it makes sad, jealous people feel strong that I'm there going, oh, I don't dare go to Old Trafford, I'm terrified. Start, bench, sell, Lewis, DiCaprio or De Niro, says Goldio. Well, there's a player down injured here for PSG, head injury. Yeah, head-butted Salah. Acting ability-wise, I would say DiCaprio third, De Niro second, and Day-Lewis first. I mean, Day-Lewis is a brilliant actor. Whose films I prefer most? That's a different question. I want Madrid to win it again, says 021 Gaming Dude. If not, Liverpool, because Salah deserves a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that opinion, mate. I don't want Liverpool to win the Champions League. As long as it's not Barcelona, I'm okay, says 021. Why do people not like Barcelona? Any stories from your detective days, says Jay? Plenty, but I'll leave them for podcasts and stuff. Thank you very much. Guinness in Dublin, Luke. It's the only place to get it. Good cross again. Donnarumma punches it away. I feel like Liverpool are getting closer. And it's another corner. DiCaprio's overrated, says RD. Well, you say he's overrated, but I like Inception, I like Shutter Island, I like The Wolf of Wall Street, I like Titanic, I like Blood Diamond, I like Django Unchained. He's done so many films that I actually like. There are more as well. I'm just trying to think. The Beach is good. The Revenant. Oh, I love The Revenant, yeah. So whether he's overrated or not, he does do a lot of films I really like. The Revenant's a cracker. Just love it. It's so well shot, the music, yeah. McAllister's corner. Get it away. Donnarumma, get it away. Cleared away. Another corner. They're living on the edge. They're living on the edge. The Departed. How did I not mention The Departed? It's one of my favourite films. The Departed. The Departed. I love it. Somebody just said that Barca winning it all. Kvaratskhelia has just stopped that going in. Another corner to Liverpool. I don't get the Barcelona dislike. I don't have a problem with Barcelona. Could you make merch for this channel, says Joel. I can look into it. Cleared away this time by PSG. How did your beef with Gary Neville start, says Lewis Young. I haven't got one. He's got one with me, 100%. I haven't got one with him. One day, if somebody gets me on a decent podcast, I'll tell the story. There are a couple of things. They're petty things. I mean, they're not like, you know, kidnap my dog or anything like that. They are petty things, but they just are really petty. And they're personal. No, they're definitely... There's 2 or 3 things that are personal and petty, but I'd only do it in an environment like a really good podcast because it's just not worth throwing it out here now. Looks inevitable that Liverpool will score. PSG will dread every single one of those missed chances in both games, says Red Devil. Yeah, I think Arne Slot, Liverpool second half. look, whatever happens in this game, I think PSG come out with a large amount of respect that whatever their change in philosophy is, it's working. The big problem, Donnarumma's gone down injured now. The big problem that you've got is, well, Donnarumma going off for them. The big problem that PSG have, and Bayern Munich used to have it a lot as well, is that they get to March when the knockouts happen and they tend to have their league won. Whereas Real Madrid traditionally would be fighting with Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. Man City or Liverpool would be fighting for the Premier League. So although you've got fatigue, you've also got competition. Whereas PSG, they're like cold, hot. Weekend game, you know, take your time. Midweek game, you've got to step it up. And that's just something that PSG have always really struggled with. I think people associate Man United with Real Madrid and City with Barcelona. Also, they defeated us in a few finals. Hence, many don't like them, says Rel. Yeah, fair point. I mean, I don't mind Barcelona and I don't mind Real Madrid, but I suppose you're not allowed to do that, are you? Is Donnarumma coming off? Frimpong's just had a good shot for Leverkusen, but 21-year-old goalkeeper just makes a save. 64 minutes. We'll be getting a bit of added time. Did you like Gary Neville's interview with Sir Jim? I didn't dislike the interview. I just think it was a bad interview because I think it was very PR. I think there were occasions where good questions were asked, where you'd follow it up, and he was let off the hook around multiple areas. But ultimately, that whole interview was PR anyway, because it was setting everybody up for the stadium. So Donnarumma's all right, by the way. Pep's Barca cooked Fergie in 2 finals as bridesmaid. I think, thank you very much for that. United next season need 90 points, says Umzil. Catch Me If You Can is another classic. Thanks for always streaming your class, says Tony. I don't think I've watched Catch Me If You Can. Pogba at United, fitting Amrim's style of play, says Joshua. What, the Paul Pogba that hasn't played for 2 years and is massively injury prone? Well, he had a look there. I thought there might be a penalty. He had a look at it. Salah's not massively complaining about it. I think Liverpool fans are going to go, that should have been a penalty, but I haven't seen enough of it. Looks inevitable that Liverpool will score, said Red Devil. PSG just aren't doing anything in the last 15 minutes. In the first half, they were actually creating chances, but, oh, they're going to look at the penalty. VAR, I think, is saying have a look. That's outside the box. It's outside the box. He's outside the box. How can that be a penalty? The referee stopped the game, though, when the game was flowing. So it was a little bit weird there. But, yeah, definitely outside the box. No penalty there. R. Kelly or Diddy, says Umzil. Stadium is shit. At least there's no track running around it, says Shahin. No, he gave a foul. It wasn't VAR. Okay, I haven't got the audio, so sometimes you do get a little bit tricked. But Liverpool definitely got the momentum here. Different team in the second half, as they are so many times with Slot. But PSG coming away here. I think we're getting to the point now where next goal wins. I think I have seen Catch Me If You Can, you know. Oh. Yeah, Thursday night's a big game. If you want to join me on United Stands, Man United against Sociedad, Spurs against Alkmaar. I'm not watching that, but our season's all about that. God. Lower than a worm's cock, innit? Worrying about Thursday night football against Real Sociedad. Start, bench, sell, Dembele, Salah or Vinicius Jr. Well, I'll start Vinicius Jr. because he's my favourite player. I'd bench Salah and I'd sell Dembele, but they're all fantastic. Have you heard of a Scottish player? Oh, come on, Si. Read Si's super chat, everyone. It's hilarious. He's put two well-known dirty words together and tried to get me to say them. How did I avoid doing that after 10 years? I'm really proud of myself that I didn't say those two words together because you know what? It was so close. Oh, you nearly got me, mate. Oh, I feel really embarrassed. Oh, dear. Read it for your own fun. Thank you very much. Darwin Nunez is coming on. He'll definitely leave Liverpool in the summer, won't he? Surely. 20,000 watching. Thank you, everybody. Please do subscribe to the channel. I think we were very close to 1.31 million. I'll check that again in a moment. Q says I think he'll stay. No, the reason I think he'll go is because surely, I mean, look, hey, let's all feel positive. If you're a United fan, we're miles behind Liverpool. They're about to level up with 20 titles. And guess what? They're going to spend more than us in the summer as well because Slot didn't get any money last year. So I think Liverpool will spend money in the summer. Who are Liverpool sort of linked to? I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I don't know. But you're definitely going to spend. I suppose it depends on what happens with Salah and Van Dijk. I mean, there's a lot. Liverpool could win the Champions League. They're going to win the Premier League. But it was still going to be they'll still go into next season uncertain, won't they? Bayern have just scored again. Davies. Beckham or De Bruyne? Umzi, Beckham. Definitely the most entertaining series of games this season, says Nino. Kirkez, I think, will go to Liverpool, yeah. Good. I mean, mate, every week I do that show with Robbie on Team of the Week. And every week I want to put Kirkez in there. He is, without doubt, the best left-back in the Premier League this season. Someone said they missed the away goal rule, says Tristan. Wouldn't make a bloody difference, though, would it? Trent's injured. Yeah, I think he's gone down on his ankle, hasn't he? Yeah, I don't think he's happy about it. He's got his shirt over his eyes. Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! I think Trent's done. Would you sell entire United squad for Vinny and Jude? I think we'd struggle, mate, with two players. I tell you what, Bayern Munich doing Leverkusen, literally doggy style, 5-0, is I didn't expect that. Just while we're waiting to see what's wrong with Trent, but they've really screwed them, haven't they? I mean, they are 8 points. They're first and second in the Bundesliga. There's 8 points between them, so to do them 5-0 over two legs is it's very impressive. It's gone a bit cold in the UK. Well, no. PSG are 16 points clear at the top of their league. Salah or Beckham, says Bridesmaid. Beckham, you're not going to get me on that one. I mean, of course, Salah's better than Beckham, but I'm still going to say Beckham. One of my favourite players ever. That's why he's behind me there. Wouldn't like me in real life though, because he's best mates with Gary Neville. That's a sad. That sometimes is a horrible thing to think. Like David Beckham is one of my favourite players, and so is Roy Keane, but they're mates with Neville, so they just hate me. Sad, isn't it? But you know, that doesn't bother me because they're not legends because they're good people. I mean, they probably are good people, but it's sad that I wouldn't be able to go, oh, you know, you were a hero of mine when I was growing up. Yeah, but I like Gary. You're a knobhead. Supposedly Salah's people offered him to Barcelona, says Alexander. I don't know what's going to happen with Salah in Liverpool. Let's do a poll. Not that you lot know either. Will Salah leave? There we go. Okay, we're back up and running now. It's gone cold. United new stadium thoughts, says Nirvana. Look, I think it's disgraceful that Old Trafford's getting knocked down. I can't believe it. But the Glazers always wanted it. That's why they let it rust and rot. In relation to the new stadium, obviously I think we need one now because of what's happened. Nothing was ever going to change that. Honestly, I don't like it outside. I think it looks shite, if I'm being absolutely honest. But the inside looks all right. Another corner to Liverpool. Who do you think will be the first 3 players that Amrin replaces this summer, says Abraham? Well, it's not the United stand, mate, but you did a super chat, so I will read it. Let me just see what happens with this corner. Oh, over the bar again. The first 3 players that will go will be, he will try and replace, is Casemiro, Eriksen and Lindelof, won't it? Ryan Giggs for me was sensational, says Umzil. Pogba's not played for 2 years and constantly injured. He will fit brilliantly at Man United, says Cam. Good point. I know you've made a video on it, but what is your opinion on how the stadium looks and the pure size of what they're expecting, says James? Mate, look, at the end of the day, there's a fan group called the 58 who organised the protests, and in their words, they don't like it and they feel it's an event stadium rather than a football stadium. But I'd not thought of it like that. But that's the way football's going, isn't it? Spurs changed that. Like the Emirates is a good stadium, isn't it? But it's not an event stadium. Spurs is like NFL, Beyonce. They want to put a go-kart underneath it. So United are obviously just looking to do the same thing, aren't they? They want to make it's about making money. They want to use something that can be used more than just for football. Kane's first trophy being the Bundesliga title feels like losing your virginity to a prostitute, says Charlie Ball. I've never heard that before, but it's a good one. Carragher put Grealish over Giggs in a combined 11, says Bridesmaid. Lisa says Rashford's addicted to sleeping pills. Be careful with that, Lisa. That's Lisa's opinions. I've never heard anything like that at all. And he certainly looks very lively playing for Aston Villa, so I'd say it's a load of bollocks. What did Carragher put Grealish over Giggs for? Who can handle the beer better? Nunez just come on and Liverpool fans were singing his name after the lack of goals he has, and yet Man United fans attack Rasmus, says Johnny. Exactly. Look, I hate to say this, but there's a lot about Liverpool Football Club that Man United fans could learn. Not all Man United fans. I think the people who organise the protests, the hardcore fans, whatever, they get it. But there's a large proportion of our fans that don't get that you don't flip-flop on everything. Like, oh, new stadium. Sir Jim, Sir Jim, Sir Jim. Oh, a new signing's not doing that well. Get him out, get him out. Oh, a manager's not settled in quickly. Sack the manager. Liverpool are different to that. And I don't know why we've lost our way. Like, Liverpool have supported Darwin Nunez through everything, constantly. They would not let the Glazers run Man United. They would not let Old Trafford get knocked down, or in this case, Anfield. And I don't know why Man United have lost that. That needs to be studied. How did 2 great football clubs that don't like each other and are massive rivals, how did one fan base disintegrate into the inability to get anything done and the other one retained the ability to get things done? It needs studying because I haven't got the fucking answer. Mark, why everyone stopped talking about how good Giggs was, says Saf. I don't know. He's not in the... Look, Ryan Giggs is not in the Premier League Hall of Fame. That Premier League Hall of Fame hasn't added anybody for years. Ryan Giggs needs to be in the Premier League Hall of Fame. He's won more Premier Leagues than anybody else. He needs to be in the Premier League Hall of Fame. Now, people will say, what about the court case? The court case got dropped. Goal! Liverpool, no! Get in! Great piece of work by the post. Offside anyway. Kwanzaa. He was offside anyway. He wouldn't have been offside. He wouldn't have been offside. Hit the post. I'll tell you what, he did well with the header. Yeah, we've got... could go to extra time, this. We've got... God, only 10 minutes left. Bloody hell. You know, the problem is PSG don't look like they're going to do anything themselves. Ollie S says, do you have one of them desk walking machines? Oh, that would be good. Under desk treadmill. Yeah, they sound great, but when would they ever work? I mean, I'd be with you now going like this. You know, it's just stupid. It'd make noise as well, wouldn't it? Just go for a real walk. Carragher's snubbing Giggs shows lack of IQ, says Umzi. Best United 11 using 5 current players and 6 from the past. I'm not naff. I'm trying to watch the last 10 minutes of a Champions League game. I'll answer questions quickly, but I haven't got time to sit with a pen and paper and start figuring out 10-minute bloody videos. Look, the only one from the current team I'd be thinking about taking would be Bruno. So Jim Radcliffe says, Liverpool shouldn't be bothered if they get knocked out. The Premier League is the bread and butter, and they're going to win it. Set up for a Nunez winner, says the Dreadnought. Don't forget Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. I think this is going to extra time. But, you know what? Liverpool, PSG are doing nothing. PSG aren't doing anything. I think the reason Liverpool fans let off their bad players is because they're so handsome, says Nicholas. Okay. 59% say Salah will leave. I don't know. I don't know about that. Thanks for your super chats tonight. Thanks everyone who subscribed. We've probably got about 15 minutes left because there's been a couple of injuries. But look, I'd love PSG to win this. But the reality is, I think all they're doing is going for extra time. As Hero says, PSG need to raise their level here. Oh no, another offside. Another foul. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to sit down actually. I've actually been stood up for bloody ages. That's the trouble. When I start standing up, I don't sit down. I don't actually want extra time. Can I be honest? I don't want extra time. Penalties would be good, but are we at a point now where we need to get rid of extra time? I don't really grasp the relevancy of extra time anymore. I think games would be better. Well, yeah, I think games would be better if we got rid of extra time. There's too many games. Most extra time games go to penalties anyway. I think we need to get rid of extra time. Just go straight to penalties. And people say, yeah, but that would make defensive teams try and play for penalties in 90 minutes. What, like they don't in extra time? No team goes for it in extra time. Lisa says it's only a rumour about Marcus. I was only joking, mate. Oh, Liverpool now. Robertson. I tell you what, they are getting very, very close. Donnarumma. Would you get rid of extra time? I'll run a poll on it. Jim Radcliffe says either or, Sir Jim Radcliffe or Joel Glazer. Mate, there's no difference. Sir Jim's just the one with the puppet on his hand. Donnarumma's had a very good second half. Newcastle will be hoping for extra time. Another corner for Liverpool. They have won a lot of corners. Like they've got their heads on it. I don't know whether that's because PSG are not very good in the air. Donnarumma gets to that one. Bad kick. PSG run out of steam here, says Paul. I just think half an hour of football after 90 minutes is, I've always felt it was too long. I just think like, and so many teams are playing for penalties anyway. You'd be better off just playing 15 minutes. Still 5 minutes to go. What about golden goal? I liked the concept of golden goal. I don't know why it really didn't take off. I think teams just sat defensively, didn't they? That was the problem. What about sudden death? What about getting rid of penalties? What if you got rid of penalties and said, look, you play until somebody wins? It's all psychological, isn't it? Mistake. Oh, no, good tackle. Come on, PSG, have a go yourselves. Have an attack. Oh, God. No, still got it. Go wide. Go wide. Oh, go wide. Shoot. Shoot, Kvaratskhelia. Oh, you prat. You Napoli reject. It was a good effort. He wasn't that far off, to be fair. Draws should be decided on stats, says Mark Deacon. Yeah, I think PSG have locked it down a little bit in the last few minutes. Liverpool are not getting as much space as they did. And there's a nice ball in behind here. Robertson's not in the right place. PSG having a couple of probing attacks here. Johnny says PSG haven't used any subs yet. I think they must have used one because they've only got 5. You normally have 5 white bits underneath. Yeah, Barcola went off, didn't he? We should bring back golden goal, says Chiri. Oh, they'll be getting nervous in extra time. I don't think PSG are looking to get a last-minute winner here. I think are PSG not already looking for penalties here, just passing the ball around their own back 4? Yeah, this is where I do not like extra time. We're not even in extra time, and PSG are just passing it around their back 4 here. What a run. Okay. As a Spurs fan, I miss the old White Hart Lane, and new stadium is more of an event stadium than a football stadium. The owners care more about Beyonce than football, says Archie. And James says, thank you very much for your super chat, Archie. James says, would you change the name of the East stand since it's the only unnamed stand, and what would it be, says James. They're all going to change. There's no point changing the name of it now. They're all going to change, aren't they? Because it's going to be a new stadium. Could be a Gary Neville stand, says Uzi. 9 minutes. No, 5's been added on, not 9. Salah's been quiet the last few minutes. Gets the ball on the left-hand side. Going to go wide here. Robertson, terrible cross. They've just got to move it quick now, PSG. Here we go. That's a nice ball. He needs some support. It's going to be a free kick. McAllister, I think he'll get booked for that. Who's playing better, says Sarah? I think it's, I think for about the last 20 minutes, Liverpool. But, no, not the last 20 minutes. I think up until the last 10 minutes, Liverpool. But in the last 10 minutes, I think PSG have switched on a little bit. Andy Kane says, I took my son to Old Trafford. Lovely stuff. What, today? It's crazy that last times going there are going to be happening soon, aren't they? I can't believe that. I can't believe I'm saying those words. Free kick for PSG. You're not going to beat Alisson from there. You've got to dink this into the back post. Website to watch it on, Amazon. Yeah, straight into the wall. Only 3 minutes to go. Extra time looms. Liverpool are looking a bit tired. They've put a lot of effort into this second half and they've had no reward for it. No goal. Actually, when you think about it, they've not scored at Anfield. Obviously, 1-1 on aggregate, but Salah picks it up on the left-hand side. No, it's a bad pass. Favourite cheese, Mark, says Dinah. I don't really eat it that much. I mean, cheddar. I have cheddar a bit. 2 minutes, and then we're going extra time here. Luis Diaz. Throwing to PSG. We're extra time, this. 100%. Surprising. Salah might be the last attack. Minute to go. No, PSG are well set up here. Robertson whips a cross in. It's a dangerous one. PSG get rid of it. No, they don't. Robertson, another cross to the back post. It will be a corner. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. I think we hit 1.31 million. I think we did. I'm going to have a quick look now. But probably a last throw of the dice here for Liverpool before extra time. Of course, they've got a Carabao Cup game coming up on Sunday, but it is Tuesday. It'd be worse if it were Wednesday. They've got close on a few corners, Liverpool, but I mean, you'd expect PSG to throw everything at this now and make sure. Donnarumma looks poised. That's not a great cross. Donnarumma punches it away and it'll be a foul on the keeper anyway. Funnily enough, we did a poll. Should extra time be scrapped? 49% said yes. And 51% of you actually like extra time. So there you go. I mean, I'm surprised. I don't know what we're going to go to extra time. I don't know what about extra time it is that you enjoy. I'd rather stick pins in my eyes than watch another half an hour of that. I'd much rather just go to penalties and get it done. But democracy speaks, and 51% of you like extra time. Dan says, I haven't got a life and it helps with mental health. That's a fair answer. Dominic says the suspense. But there is no suspense in extra time. Boring. Boring. I hate extra time. I've got a couple of super chats to catch up on. I think Arsenal could get biggest Champions League win over 2 legs, says Shinobi. You don't get a trophy for it. Naf says, I think we can't empty Old Trafford anymore because now they will fear people into thinking there's not many games to be played there, even though there's still 5 years. You're not emptying Old Trafford anyway. Lewis says, is it impossible to force owners out with new stadium? Well, it's impossible anyway, Lewis. England won Cricket World Cup due to having more sixers, says Mega. And thank you very much for that. Yeah, there's a little bit of a break here, and then we go straight into extra time. Look at those stats, 50-50. Liverpool had 18 shots, but only 3 on target to PSG's 4. 10 corners to 3. I mean, look, I think PSG, based on the second half, don't really have anything to offer. First half, they had a lot of attacks. Second half, not much. Defensively, very good. Liverpool have just really lacked that killing edge, really. Killer edge, as someone would call it. I call it killing edge. But killer edge, they've lacked it. Which, I think, to be fair, Liverpool haven't looked themselves, actually, have they, for the last few games? Don't know what that's all about. Maybe give Liverpool a bit of... Newcastle a bit of hope at the weekend. Having said that, the elephant in the room is that last week, Liverpool were all defence, and then they scored a winner. So... Liverpool will keep probing here, but PSG might fancy penalties. Alexi McAllister's come off. Ooh. Say hello to Cameron for me, says Dominic. Hello, Cameron. Marshall says Salah should be subbed off. Curtis Jones is coming on. Zaire Emery's coming on for PSG. I'm not having a coffee at this time of night, mate. I don't know why I'm so tired, actually, John. Hey, to be honest, that hoodie don't look too bad on me. I normally look an idiot in a hoodie. I mean, I do look an idiot in a hoodie. Let's be honest. Now, look, now that if I pull it forward, I look a right idiot. Yeah. Don't even need to check the hard drive. Just send him down for 10 years. I'm with you. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but yeah, 10 years. Don't even care what the crime is. You did it. Gonna lose my job. Right, we're about ready to start the second half. Eric's extra time is good if it's golden goal. If not, send to penalty kicks, says Aura. It reminds me, actually. We need to get a bit of a timer going here. Come on, ref. Ref, it's nearly 10 o'clock. Get the fuck on with it. What is he waiting for now? Fucking hell, mate. Get on with it, you prick. Bloody hell. $90 minutes. Extra time. 23,000 watching. Fair play. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Get involved with That's Football. You're all very welcome. Can PSG find a way through? I think if you're Villa, and Villa are probably going to play the winner of this game, I don't know what you'd prefer. Would you prefer Liverpool over 2 legs or Paris Saint-Germain over 2 legs? I think they both offer up their own challenges. Any horse tips, says JJ? I didn't even realise it was Cheltenham this week. I don't do that. I have done in the past, but I've not took any interest this year. That was a yawn. I do want to watch the F1 on Sunday, but I'm not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning on us. I mean, is that not the worst day of the week to get up early? I can do it on a Monday, but a Sunday, getting up on a Sunday at 4 a.m. Get out. Hey, PSG have got a corner here. Oh, why have you gone short? Why have you gone short with your corner? That's absolutely stupid. Oh, he nearly scored. PSG, header, Beraldo. Shows what I know. Short corner, whipped it in. And Beraldo did very well to get on it. Could have been a goal. Although Alisson's got it covered. My hands are shaking and my blood is getting cold. This game's driving me crazy, says Jay. Yeah, I think, yeah, look, if you're a Liverpool fan, the jeopardy's there, isn't it? I've never really thought about that. Quite enjoying it now. But yeah, you'd be nervous, wouldn't you? Out of the Champions League. I predicted Liverpool would win the Champions League back in August and everyone laughed at me. Paul says, can we have a poll on who everybody wants to win? That would be quite interesting, actually. Never thought of that. Not either or. Who do you want to win? Liverpool or PSG? Get your votes in. PSG, you're offside, mate. You're a bloody mile offside. That's better. Kvaratskhelia on the left, on the right, on the left. Goes for another shot. Bit greedy. They're still in the box. Oh, I thought he'd scored. PSG there. I thought he'd scored. I thought the way Alisson reacted to it, he gets the shot off. Oh, he's not bloody far off at all. Ooh, close. Very close. Yeah, it's Australia in the F1, isn't it? That's why it's so early. I mean, I wouldn't give a Castlemaine 4X for anything else, mate. At the end of the day, mate, you know, managing Spurs ain't easy. You know, fucking hell, mate. You think you can do a better job? Come down the training ground tomorrow, you know. Fucking hard, mate. It's hard work, mate, you know. I think nurses have it hard. Fucking hell. That medicine is a fucking prick, mate. More up his own arse than a fucking vibrator. If he could fuck himself, he would. Sorry, I'm not very good at Ange. I wish I was. I think you could have a lot of comedy with it. PSG definitely doing better now. Liverpool have done nothing in this first 5 minutes of extra time. Mrs. Goldbridge says, are you having a bath? Not because I stink, just because I normally have an evening bath. I said, I've replied back, no. Bloody extra time, and I'm too tired. She won't read it like that. She'll read it like, no, extra time, and I'm too tired. Salah ghosting in big games, says Fennec. Hey, mate, it's Ramadan, and he's having a bloody fast. It's probably knackered, to be honest. Is he? Oh, here we go. It's a good ball. Here is Salah. Another corner. They don't want another corner. They've had loads of corners. We don't want another corner. We can't score corners. We're rubbish at corners. We're not bloody Arsenal. What's a bloody corner gonna do? See, I'm getting drunk on tiredness now. Have you ever done that? You know when you're so tired, you start... It's almost like you're drunk. I sat down too early. They'll score now, Mark. They won't bloody score from a corner. They've had more corners than a square, which is only 4. Told you they wouldn't score from a corner. Is Harvey Price? Not Harvey Price. I always call him Harvey Price. I like Harvey Price. I seem to see quite a few of his videos on social media. I just like him. But it's not Harvey Price, it's Harvey Elliott. Is he on the bench? Considering he scored last week, you'd think they'd use him. He is on the bench. Not been used yet. Kwanzaa, Jones and Nunez have been used, but not Harvey Elliott. James says, with the $2 billion to spend to make the new stadium, can we not just use that to pay the club's debts, or can it not work like that? It confuses me. James, it's a watch-along for PSG against Liverpool. Park your worries about Man United Stadium and just enjoy the potential of PSG winning on penalties, because that's all we've got to look forward to, potentially, tonight. If it goes to penalties, PSG have got the technical capability to win it, and they've got a goalkeeper capable of making saves. I think although it's a cliche, if it goes to penalties, I really do think it's Russian roulette and could go either way. I don't think home capacity favours really at all. Can we do a poll on better comedy manager, Ian Holloway or Neil Warnock, says Jim Radcliffe. No, that sounds really boring. Your name's not helping you. 59% want PSG to win. Oh, good interception. Trent went off injured, didn't he? Oh, Liverpool have got a break here. No, they haven't. Good numbers back. Defensively, PSG have put a bloody good shift in here. But I think it's jeopardised their ability to push forward. Donnarumma size, Will Penn for PSG Euro 2021. Yeah, but Alisson's a bloody good goalkeeper, Aura. It's not all about size. It's what you do with it. PSG on a break, 3v3. Bad pass. Liverpool will get men back now. How are United so unfit compared to Champions League teams? They have more energy after 90 minutes than we do from the first, says Smart Fart Smeller. What am I going to watch tonight after this? Because I'm watching a drama at the moment. There's no way I'm putting that on at like 20 to 11. I need something. I might just watch YouTube. Might watch YouTube. YouTube can decide. I'll watch something about. I don't know. I'll find something. No, I'm not in the mood for porn, Gavin. Too tired. Got a headache. Football fill-in? Nah, I've had enough football today. Do you watch your own videos after making them? No. I sometimes see the clips. I find more and more, I see older clips that I forget that I said stuff. Like, I still don't get the Crystal Palace one. People say it's one of the funniest clips I've ever done. And I'm watching there and going, some people call me a nonce and, oh, 3-0. And I don't get the comedy of that one at all. But I do quite like watching some of the older comedy stuff, clips. Like the one over the line, even I find that funny. If I haven't watched it for a few months. I think I find it funnier than you because I remember what happened. I was absolutely bloody fuming. Another substitution. Cody Gakpo's coming on. And Kang is coming on for PSG. We've already had a 10 minutes here. Oh, tomorrow night, I've got a guest. I've got to go out tomorrow night for a bit. So I've got a guest doing the watch-along tomorrow. Terry, who does been doing the United Stand for me, is going to fill in for me tomorrow night. So you'll have a guest guest for the first time in a long time. I used to do this quite a lot. We've had some funny experiences with people filling in for me on That's Football. Somebody once actually just decided to stop, having argued with the live chat. So I think Thogden and Thogdad did one once. So yeah, Terry's going to do the Madrid game while I'm out tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be back in time. But it's another medical procedure, and it's at 7 o'clock, so I won't be here to start it. So he's going to do it for me. Is it the bold guy? Terry's not the bold guy. No, we won't be having him back. But PSG have done all right in extra time. It's weird, isn't it? You think in extra time Liverpool are going to go for it, and actually, I think PSG have been the better team in this first one. You ever thought about doing a Liverpool fan cam? Does anybody do fan cams for Liverpool? I don't think anybody does them, do they? Fan cams are a dying breed. I mean, I know Robbie does them for AFTV, but nobody really does them anymore. United fans hated it. The chat's making me laugh. I'm not going to repeat any of it. But you know what, though? It does encourage me, because that means some of you have been watching for years. What a community, eh? What a community. I'll tell you what, I've got to start fucking writing this show for Dublin next week. I love doing the shows, but I've just realised I can't just go on the show. I'll get booed off. Can't just go, hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. What do you want to talk about? Should we do some either ors? Oh, he thinks that. No, I've got to start actually doing it. This is going to be penalties, isn't it? Liverpool just don't look like they've got anything. You can't play for Liverpool. Will have themselves to blame if they don't push for it in a minute. Been a crap first half for Liverpool. This. PNE says, remember the guy on the bike? What, outside Old Trafford? If he'd have got off that bike, he'd have battered me. He looked like one of those people who do bike rides, running and swimming. I think they call them triathletes. Nearly ran me over outside Old Trafford when I was filming. He was like, get out of the bike lane. And then I just shouted a load of abuse at him when he was far enough to not really hear it. And then I was on camera acting like I was tough. But if he'd come back, I'd have got battered. Coffee without sugar or tea without milk, says Kush. I don't have coffee without sugar. I don't have coffee in my sugar. I don't have sugar in my coffee. Parker says, does Craig have the build for a stand-up desk? Oh, mate, don't drag me into that sort of stuff. Like, I'm not interested in that. God, no. God, no. Box up, not down. How's the match? Liverpool have been shit. I just wish PSG would do something a little bit more attacking. Have you seen Zero Day with De Niro? It's on Netflix as Bobby. No, is it any good? Oh, Liverpool got a corner, actually. I've just said Liverpool have done nothing. Watch them bloody score from this. No, Donnarumma does his job and he wins a free kick. Have you seen Succession, says Rashid. I have. What's the Pineapple Man doing now, Mark, says Toro? I would be stunned if he's not dead or in prison. The guy had issues. You can't walk around on a tourist beach selling fruit when you've got anger issues and a knife in your hand. I got told that night he got arrested. Some people don't want your fruit, mate. That's one half gone already. I tell you what, I'd be nervous if I was a Liverpool fan. I'd be nervous because this is only going to go. The way things are going, you've done nothing in 15 minutes. And you did nothing in the last 10 minutes of the first half either. Rank garlic bread, chicken dippers and Cajun fries. I would put garlic bread at the bottom. I've gone right off it. Chicken dippers third, second, and Cajun fries there. Remember those ducks attacking you, says Sanyik? Yeah. Can't remember my Christmas one at Centre Parks when I came running in, going Feliz Navidad. I was absolutely wasted. I was not meant to do a match reaction, right? It was at Christmas time. I mean, this game, I think that whole weekend I forgot about it. But I was away at Centre Parks and I was in the sports bar watching Man City Villa on Saturday lunchtime. And it's always great when Man City are losing. I was well on the way to being pissed. And it finished, and I went, I'm going back to do a watch-along. And the wife said, you're not doing a watch-along, you've missed it. I meant a match reaction. Going back, she said, you shouldn't go on that bike. I said, I've learnt, once you ride a bike, you don't forget. She said, no, you're too drunk. I said, once you've drove a bike, you don't forget. Got on it, got home. And then I thought it'd be a great idea to come in from behind the trees. Feliz Navidad. Loved it. Harvey Elliott's on. Harvey Price is on. Harvey Elliott's on. Liverpool to sink 2 in extra time, says Logic Darkstar. Mark, watch Lionesses on Paramount. Awesome, says Sean Dunn. There we go. Right, we're up and running for this second half. I've messed up the timer here. Let me get it. What are we at? 15, 105, 105, 105 and 22. 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right and corner. Donnarumma is good at penalties, says Ted. It's a long time. Well, it's a long time since Man United were in the bloody Champions League anyway, but it's a long time since I've seen Man United in a penalty shootout. It's actually not, is it? Fulham a couple of weeks ago. I've made a twat of myself there. No, but I mean, it's a long time. I'm right. It's a long time since I've seen Manchester United in a Champions League game where you're at home. What I'm trying to say is, I've messed that up. What I'm trying to say is that Liverpool, if they go out on penalties, you're going to be full of regret. Because you've had 120 minutes at Anfield and you've not scored a goal. And that, look, they're going to win the Premier League. Liverpool fans will be very, very happy with that. But to not score at Anfield in 120 minutes, something's just not right with their attack at the moment. It's a good ball. Go on then. PSG are on the attack. I think Liverpool look tired. Edge of the box. Hit it first time, Hakimi. Oh, you've took a touch. What did you take a touch for? Are you hanging up your stocking on your wall was iconic, says Lewis. Yeah, it was of its time. Could Villa do the double, says Damien? What bloody double are you doing? FA Cup and Champions League, not a bad double. Not a bad double, I suppose. You know what? You know somebody said desk walking machines earlier on. I'd kept it open as a browser. And my eyes are getting tired. And I read it. I didn't read it as walking machine. And for a moment, I was like, what? Why is that open there? And then I was intrigued. I was like, how would that work? So you're literally hands-free and it just does it for you. I mean, that sounds good. They're in the box. Oh, what a save by Alisson that was, even though he wish it had gone in. Dembele, good save. Hey, it's past 10 o'clock. I thought it said desk wanking machine. And then I remembered I'd searched desk walking machine. I'd never searched the former. I just wondered why it was there. Imagine that though. You'd be sat at your desk at, well, don't do it at work. Bloody hell, you'll get arrested. But hands free. Best chance of extra time was that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Live every day. No, we're not live every day. That's a lie. Content every day on That's Football. PSG have been the better team in extra time. Should have given a free kick to PSG there. Liverpool just looked knackered. And out of ideas. Hanging on at Anfield. Incredible. I'd rather lose to penalties than in extra time, mate, says Logic Dark Star. Arsenal will be kicking themselves because if Liverpool are actually starting to tire generally, then 2 points from 9 in the league and handing the title over, maybe Liverpool are just getting tired. I mean, I look at that, Konate's injured as well. I look at that Carabao Cup final now. Trent's gone. Konate's gone. Yeah, he's definitely gone. Injured. What happened to your podcast, KD? It's on Spotify. Goldbridge Saves Football. Sound like a boat. Trent went off injured as well, yeah. Kieran says, I'm a Newcastle fan and Liverpool will still win. Have faith, mate. Liverpool have not played well today. If you can get your midfield out of Joel Linton, Bruno G and Tonali, I obviously haven't got Anthony Gordon, but no Lewis Hall as well. That was a big blow. Gavin says, having Alisson in goal is like having Alisson Hammond in goal in five-a-side. Who's Alisson Hammond? Oh, yeah. Well, that's, yeah, I don't like that. I know what you're getting at there. Don't want that sort of stuff on here. Does McAllister miss the Newcastle game then if Liverpool lose tonight? Says Sean. I do not know the context of that. Mark, for all the people who you fall out with, Neville Carragher, Jordan, who won't have you on their shows with you, and then you always blame them, but maybe you should look at yourself as the odd one out, says Aaron. All right, Aaron, fucking hell, you're a member as well. Do you stop and take pictures of roadkill? Bloody hell, mate. Or, have you ever thought that they're mainstream established people and are terrified of actually having a proper debate with somebody that's not scripted? Because I know the truth, mate. I got the receipts. I sound like a YouTuber now with beef. I'm going to reveal it at some point. PSG with another shot. Definitely been the better team here. No, Aaron, I think in fairness, I don't mind answering those sort of questions. I think the problem is those who speak the truth end up being hated, and I don't play the political line. I don't play the game. I call the PGMOL out. I call out stupid opinions. I think a lot of these people who are paid by TalkSport and Sky toe the party line a lot. I don't think they speak for fans. I think they speak for their bank account. I'm not saying I speak for the fans, but I speak with the fans. And I think they're cowards, really, because I think people would love to see those sort of debates, but they're cowards, and that they've got their right to do that. It's fine. I'm absolutely fine with it. But don't give a penalty for that. Salah's gone down wanting a penalty, not giving it. Fair play to the ref. That was not a penalty. PSG on the attack. Could be controversial if they score from it, though. No, Alisson gets hold of it. Did not look a penalty. Salah's probably just tired and thought, I'll have a go. Let's have a look at it. Into the box. No. Not for me. Ref was looking right at it as well. No, he got a bit of the ball as well. Mendes got a bit of the ball. Liverpool on the attack now. Still 5 minutes to go. No, Salah. Cross. Get out. Good clearance. Go on, you can build an attack here. It's opening up a little bit. Imagine how tired some of these players are. Space. Space. The cross. Dembele. Oh, he can't do anything. Go wide left. Come left. That's the ball. Don't shoot. Little dink. Onside. Offside. Takes a touch. Referee keeps the linesman's flag down. No. Blocked. Oh, wants a penalty. Not going to get it. Offside anyway. Just to let you know, Kvaratskhelia won't take a penalty. He went off in extra time. Szoboszlai's off. Diaz is off. Trent is off. So, specialist penalty takers, take your pick. Take your pick. This is heading to penalties. 4 minutes to go. What cuts would everyone like to see next? Says Jim Radcliffe. I wonder what you're on about there. Iso says the ref's been good. Donnarumma, why did you not come for that? Donnarumma! Bloody hell, keeper should have been on that. It was long ball. He should have been out for that. Sweeper keeper, my arse. PSG to win on penalties, says Mr. SS. Thing about penalties is, it's a lottery, isn't it? Just because Liverpool, I'm sure they'll be nervous, but they've got as much chance of winning it as PSG. I don't know whether there is any momentum in penalties. I think it's just about the moments, isn't it? Salah's good on penalties. Yeah, they're not going to take Salah off, are they? Oh, God, who's that? Is that Nunez? Terrible. PSG win it back. Hakimi. Still got it. Still got it. PSG, don't shoot from there. Straight to Alisson. On target, though. I think if Liverpool get knocked out, definitely going to get a Spanish winner. Not tonight, but it'll be Madrid or Barcelona, I think. Someone just said fit MILF. Oh, you're looking at the crowd. Okay. I didn't see who it was. I just saw some old bloke sucking his fingers. Isak stays in Newcastle if they beat Liverpool, says Connor. PSG on the attack again. Still 90 seconds to go. I think Liverpool will win on penalties. I think we'll have spent this long waiting for nothing. Dembele. Come on. One chance. If you put it in, it's over. Liverpool now parking the bus themselves, playing for penalties maybe. Had a hot night with my co-worker at my kebab shop, says Peacekeeper. Lovely stuff. You remind me of a young bricktop from Snatch, says Parker. I look nothing like him. Hang in there, Mark. Game's almost done, says Wesley. And I've done that one from Aaron. Ooh. Right. They're making a substitution here, PSG. It must be to do with penalties. Remember when Van Gaal did it for the Netherlands in the World Cup? And he subbed that goalkeeper off for Tim Krul. It was cruel. It was very cruel. 5 seconds to go, and it will be a corner for PSG, and they will have time to do it. And I think Ramos is coming on. Gonzalo Ramos, formerly of Benfica, striker, coming on for João Neves, also formerly of Benfica. He'd be like, he's probably ecstatic. He's probably like, thanks, Gaffer, for taking me off. I ain't got it. Oh, I'd have loved to have taken a penalty as well. 1 minute added, so we might get a little bit longer than this. Oh, they took it short for some reason. That's going for a goal kick. Oh, God. My back's bloody killing. I don't want to stand up. Oh, maybe I'll stand up for penalties, actually. That's not a bad idea. I tell you what, it's taken it out of me, this game. I normally have not got a problem watching a game of football and extra time and penalties, but bloody hell. This has taken it out of me, this game. I think it's because it's been so shit. I mean, no, actually, to be honest, the first half was good, but it has extra time has broke me. I've got to be honest. It's been shit. Right, that's it. We're going for penalties. Thank God for that. Which way is it going to go? Which way are you going here? Who will take the penalties? Nearly 30,000 watching. I'm definitely standing up. I can't sit down for penalties, even though it's not my team. Thunder! La 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 la. PSG! La 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 la. I think Liverpool are going to win. Mark, can I say you're brilliant? Keep doing what you're doing. I'm from the United Stand. Let's hope Liverpool lose, says Al Dog. Thanks, mate. You look like a younger version of the guy from Up, you cheeky get. Who said that? You're blocked. Bayern going to win it, Mark. My words, says Satir. That was Logic who said that. Do a poll for who we think will win on penalties, says James. I better be bloody quick. Who wins on pens? Liverpool or PSG? I think PSG deserve it. In fact, I'm not afraid to say I think PSG deserve it over 2 legs. They were much better in the first leg, and I think they were better in extra time. But you don't always get what you deserve, and I just feel that Liverpool, the way United season's gone and the way Liverpool season's gone, they'll find a way of winning a game that maybe they deserve to lose. Come on, Liverpool. Premier League needs to win this, says Rub. No, they don't. Oh, you're thinking about the top 5? We'll still get it, mate. We'll still get it. Even if Liverpool go out, we'll still get that top 5 spot. We're well. People are talking about the top 5. It'll be fine. We're way ahead. We're way ahead of... a German club's gone out already. And it's only... Germany and Italy are the only ones who can get in. Four to 5 penalty kicks, Donnarumma. 4 out of 5 penalty kick shootouts, Donnarumma has won. Alisson's lost 4 out of 7. My pick is Donnarumma, but it still looks, says Aura. I don't know who's taken them yet. Oh, I'll tell you what. This is why I hate extra time. Penalties, I'm engaged. I'm ready. I like a penalty shootout, but especially, I hate a penalty shootout when it's my team. I love a penalty shootout when it's not. 31,000 watching. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Let's get ready to rumble. Donnarumma against Alisson. I'd say Donnarumma's probably been man of the match tonight, hasn't he? Fate says PSG have been miles better than Liverpool in both games, but they won't win. It's not in front of the Klopp. It's not in front of the Klopp. It's not in front of the Kop, is it? It's in front of the away fans as well. So they've obviously won the toss, PSG. Look, if Liverpool go out, they've only got themselves to blame. They didn't score at Anfield in 120 minutes. So, you know, what are you going to say about that? If Liverpool win, if PSG go out, well, you know, that's the beauty of penalties. The winner will probably play Aston Villa. I actually think Villa would do better against Liverpool than they'd do against PSG. I could see PSG knocking Villa out. Anyway, first penalty is PSG. Up against Alisson. Terrible penalty. How's he scored that? Bloody hell. I thought he'd missed it. He did that whole little stutter and then he passed it. And I genuinely thought Alisson was going to save it. I think he should have saved that. I genuinely thought that was going to be a really simple save because he tried to do him. Alisson stood his ground and then he went really low, not in the bottom corner, and he didn't save it. I think maybe he did Alisson with the, you know, maybe his body weight or something like that. Got away with that. Mo Salah, he don't miss penalties. Although Cole Palmer missed one at the weekend. Sketch would have saved it, says Red Devil. Salah. Nah, he doesn't miss, does he? Doesn't miss. And does tend to put it there a lot. 1-1. Tell you what, if Donnarumma had gone that way, he would have saved it, but he didn't. Stating the bloody obvious, but... Here he is, brought on to take a penalty. Ramos. The pressure of penalties. Here he goes. Brought on just for this. Scores it. Very good penalty. Low. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Very good penalty. I don't think you save that if you go the right way. No, you don't. You don't save those. Low and hard into the bottom corner. Please show the penalty shootout. I'd love to have the rights, exclusive rights, to show you the Champions League, mate. Maybe one day, but at the moment, I don't have a few 100 million to do it. Nunez. Slot shitting himself. You can see Slot there going, oh, fucking hell. Why have I done this? Nunez. Surely he'll score from a penalty. You can make misses in your career, but these sort of misses that get remembered. So he's, you know, it's here he goes, missed it. The thing is, I am obviously happy because I want PSG to win, but I do feel bad for Darwin Nunez because I've always quite liked him as a striker. I wanted him to come to Man United, and you just know the sort of. He's going to get a lot. Yeah, people are saying he's finished, this, that, and the other. I mean, I want PSG to win. I'm no lie about that. But I've always had a soft spot for Darwin Nunez. I've got to be honest. I do feel bad for him, but it's not over yet. But yeah, but that's the sort of thing. If Liverpool go out now because of that miss, you'd say he's going to get held up as responsible for that, isn't he? Dembele. God, good penalty. I tell you what, it's looking good, bruv. It's not looking good for Liverpool, but it's looking good for PSG. I think Darwin Núñez is feeling the weight of the world now. That is a great penalty by Dembele. You don't save those. It's got curl on it. It's a lovely penalty when you can do that. When you curl it away from the goal and then back towards it, out inside of the foot. 3-1. Liverpool have got to score. They're playing catch-up now. I always say this. When the opposition miss, you have to score the next penalty just to put the pressure on. Curtis Jones needs to score this to keep it alive. Rub says, jog on Núñez, you're good for nothing. Curtis Jones misses. It's looking good. It's looking very good. I tell you what, he was absolutely right. Whoever said it was absolutely right. Donnarumma is the penalty king. They've got breathing space now. I've got to just say well done to PSG across both legs. They have deserved it. They've surprised me, but they have deserved it. I mean, they're not there yet, but this to put them through, isn't it? This puts them through. Bad penalties from Liverpool. I think Alisson should have saved the first one. He's not saved that. PSG through. Liverpool out. And that is a shock. But I tell you what, PSG deserve it. Fair play. Fair play. Donnarumma, the penalty king. Liverpool out to PSG. England's best team. They're going to win the Premier League. They're not going to be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They're gone. Not a lot of people would have predicted that, but they are. And Aura says, told you Donnarumma's size is abnormal for a goalkeeper. Well, remember the days that Núñez was compared to Haaland as Brian. Pressure makes tyres, Mark, says Pork Stick. Yes, well, look, I've got to say, I actually thought I'd be saying this in another way. I thought I would be saying, you know, I feel bad for PSG. They've done a good job across the two legs, but Liverpool's season now is over. Oh no, Carabao Cup on Sunday. I mean, it's not. I've been in this position as a United fan in the years. Like, you win the Premier League, but then you win it quite early, and then you're out the Champions League, and it can feel a little bit flat. So Liverpool are going to win the Premier League. They've got the Carabao Cup, and that's basically it now. No Champions League football. You're gone. PSG across both legs were great. Look, is it a positive for Villa now? Villa against PSG if they win tomorrow night. Arsenal and Villa, the two teams left. Look at the stats. Very, very equal game. PSG with a better team in Paris. As I said, Liverpool, 120 minutes. No goals. 3 penalties, 1 goal. They couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. You pay the price. Simple as that. Thanks everyone for tuning. You've been absolute legends tonight. Really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. I'm not going to do a match reaction because I'm absolutely knackered, but I probably will put something up in the morning. With Liverpool out now, so early in the Champions League, do you see Rafinha as the front runner for the Ballon d'Or? I think Salah's Ballon d'Or hopes just disappeared as well. Whether that's right or not. That's just the way it works. That is the way it works, isn't it? You've got to do well in the Champions League to win the Ballon d'Or. So, yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on. Thanks everyone for watching tonight. Absolute legends, like I say. Take care. We're back tomorrow on this channel. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll speak to you on the next one. I tell you what, one thing I will say is you can't say that this season isn't interesting. The Premier League's got teams like Bournemouth, Forest, Fulham, Brighton doing really well. And the Champions League, it's going to be Liverpool, Madrid or Barca. And then PSG say, hold my beer. We're getting really good surprises this year, and I'm all here for it. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.